Watch this video if you want to know why be yourself is really bad advice.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
What's happening, my intergalactic planetary beings? My name is Sumit Chatterjee. I am a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today we're talking about why just be yourself is awful, terrible advice. I've heard this advice growing up so many times that it's ridiculous, and also to the point where it's not helpful, right? It's just conventional, generic wisdom that people just say to either appease you or calm you down or not really give you any formal constructive advice, but they just kind of want to put a plaster on it. And I've noticed that people do this a lot, specifically when it comes to the rungs of self-improvement, right? When you're actually working towards bettering yourself, people say, nah, you don't have to do that, just be yourself, right? It's almost like oh no, that's kind of forcing that feeling within me that I've got to do something about my life too. So no, you just got to be yourself, just like I'm being myself, meaning I'm settling. Listen, being yourself is great when yourself is at a place where it's authentically at its peak. So be the best version of yourself is actually greater advice than saying be yourself. Because what if the yourself is a liar, is a cheat, is toxic, is completely condescending to others and absolutely a bad person? And what if the yourself is just a lazy person who just sits around all the time, doesn't get anything done, and procrastinates and is still in that immature phase of life where they're not really taking any responsibility? Or what if that yourself is the yourself that isn't really getting you the results that you want? Okay? So that's what I would say. A lot of people are like, that's just not me, but is the me getting you the results that you want? If not, then the me has to change, because the me is a fluid concept. It's all in the mind. It's an idea in the mind. The idea of you exists in your mind. So when you can change your mind, you can change your reality. That's really what it comes down to. And we will simplify this process for you for reality creation in our program called Writing Reality at the end of this month, if you still are interested in that. If you are interested in that, let me know. We got around 6 spots left, so get on there. And we've also made some very, very cool mind movies for the people who have signed up, and they're super excited about it. Let's talk a little bit about Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs, okay? Because if you are just being yourself, how are you ever going to get to self-actualization? Right? Because self-actualization, you've actualized yourself, right? You've gotten to the best version of yourself. So if you're just going to be yourself, how are you going to go up the rungs of the ladder? Now, it's very interesting because beyond Maslow's hierarchy is something called self-transcendence, which he didn't publish. There's not much writing on it. If you want to look up more about it, look up Transcend by Scott Barry Kaufman. However, his idea was that it was almost a thing made to erase itself, right? Self-actualization was like one of the rungs of the ladder so that we become contributors, we become spiritual beings, in a sense. I think that that's really important when you are being yourself to the greatest version of you, but then you're also being the person who is of service. So it's not about being yourself, it's about creating yourself. It's not about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. This element that I've learned has transformed my life forever. When I've stopped taking that BS advice of be yourself, and I've actually worked towards constructing myself. And when you start to have a very healthy self-worth, and you start to have a very strong personality, a personality that is also just an act, so you're not taking it very seriously, like you have to be this person all the time, but it's lenient. It's like if you knew that you were acting in a movie, right? If Truman knew that he was in the Truman Show, he would just enjoy it way more, right? Instead of getting freaked out by seeing the same person crossing by or whatever, right? If you know that this is a game, right, and you got to learn how to enjoy the process and trust it, you're gonna wear the Armani suit, You're going to get on the red carpet. You're going to do all this stuff, but you're not going to be attached to it. So guess what? You're going to have fun with it. You're going to look at the simulation and laugh. That's what I want for you. I want you to actually start to create your life according to how you want it. And you might be saying that, oh yeah, the version that I want to be is the fake version. No, what if the version right now is the fake version and that's the real you? You don't know. The child self could be the real you. Okay, your entrepreneurial self could be the real you. Now, the entrepreneur, do they ever be themselves? Are they ever satisfied? No. They're constantly pursuing something else, right? Entrepreneurs never like, all right, that's enough. What if somebody tomorrow came and told you, all right, guys, you've done everything you've done. There's no more for you to do on this planet. You know, you don't have to do anything. You're not going to get respect from anyone anymore. You're not going to get any more reputation. You're just going to exist as a mere vessel, and that is all. It's just life. Just be happy, man. What if someone told you that tomorrow? Now, at first you might be like, oh, that's cool. Huge sigh of relief. After a week of that, I bet you're going to be eating yourself up inside and being like, I need something to do. Because this culture perpetuates you doing something with being successful. That's why. Okay. So once you understand that being yourself doesn't necessarily have to apply to every context, but authenticity is a valuable thing, right? Authenticity is actually a very valuable thing, but we live in such a transparency culture that anything outside of that is seen as like artificial or fake or like inorganic or all these kinds of things. So listen, of course you want to have an organic personality. No additives, no preservatives. I always believe in that. However, at the same time, you got to understand the person wearing makeup, isn't that? Are they being fake? I can show you some makeup transformations. That's incredible, right? The person who is putting on a nice suit, is that them being fake? You take a really obese person, you put them in a really nice suit, right? And they start to look more refined, more like a mob boss, like they hold themselves differently. Now you're telling me in that transformation that that person is being fake? No, absolutely not. What they're doing is they're defining their character. They're not taking away their flaws, or are they taking away who they are? All they're doing is adding refinement. Refinement is the secret of really creating your character well. It's that refinement. But a lot of people, they don't know the art of refinement. They're doing it all over the place. They're like, oh, this one weekend in Tulum will give me the results that I want. Get over my ex course in 3 weeks, right? I've had people come up to me and talk to me about this, right? Hey, I did this program, it didn't work for me, so now I'm here with you. Hey, I did this thing with this one coach and it didn't really work out, and now I'm here with you. What's going on, guys? Right? Like, what is going on here? You see, be yourself might be great advice for somebody who's trying to be someone that they're not. However, at the same time, if they want to be that person that they're not, why are you hating? What does it have to do with you? Right? Like, what does that have to do with you? Maybe they're your close friend and they're not getting the results, and so you want to lead them back to an authentic part of them. That's cool, right? But at the same time, it's like, yo, let them be the person that they're designing. They are the designer. You are not their designer. You are just merely a facilitator. You're just there to add your opinion to the matrix coding around them. And then they can choose how to respond to the information that they're getting from you. You're not there to fix everybody. You're just there to add amplification. You see, I speak to my clients as if they already are their best self. So I'm not telling them to be themselves. Maybe if you want them to see their gifts, that's a better piece of advice. Hey man, you have so many great things about you. You know, maybe I haven't told you before, but check out this, this, and this. Hey, that's actually cool because that's amplifying a praise within them. It's getting them to move and really go towards the direction because they know that they're doing something right. They're getting good feedback of that. So guess what? They're going to form their personality around that. If I tell you that you do that really cool, you're going to amplify that great aspect about you. But if I tell you that that cool thing is a bad thing, and it's in a different context, let's say you have the coolest hat on, and your parents tell you that hat looks ridiculous. That's just an opinion, right? But you break out of that reality, you crack out of that reality, and you feel bad. But guess what? It's a cool hat. You know it's a cool hat, I know it's a cool hat. So why are we going to take a third person perspective and try and go for what they're thinking? Are they in fashion? Right? Do they know what cool hats look like? Do they wear cool hats? No, they have their own string of experiences. So you don't have to take one person's opinion just for something like that, okay? You don't have to take one person's opinion like that. Take many people's opinion and then formulate your decision on it. But again, I don't even listen to other people's opinions. I just go by my own code. I go by my own code, my own flow code. If you'd like to know your own flow code, shoot me a message. I hope you enjoyed this video, a little bit different. I kind of wanted to ramble on this topic a little bit. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today. Boom.